people, we've got all the gyms, we've got all the information, we've got everything, but nobody ain't moving. Do you know what I mean? You can imagine before, back in the day, okay, we would actually walk with the shopping. So that's training within itself. Then on top of that, you got walking. It's like you're doing a farmer's walk every time you got doing a farmer's walk every Saturday. Yeah.
Yo,
if you messed up and you run out again, you got to do the farmer's walk. Probably on a Thursday. How many times we do farmer's walk?
Yo, Mikey's just making it nice. Basically, his mum did the farmer's walk every day, going to Erdington High Street. Mum, we know it was you. It wasn't Mikey. It was his mum. His mum.
I joined them. Listen.
Going to you remember the butcher shop, people? The butcher shop, yeah. And Mummy used to go to the butcher shop. When she go, hold this, you know, it's he got his right, and then he's like, well, my hands are hurting. What wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And I must say, mums, we love you.
Share. Affinity Extra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily represent the views of Affinity Extra.
Hey, this is your boy here, Roger Moore from Infinity Extra, celebrating gospel music of Black origin. This is how we do it here. Today's show, I'm looking with things about health, physicality, and it's great talking from a personal journey, but yeah, it's always great talking to a professional in a journey. Now, I'm with my PT, Mikey Spice, and for the ones who don't know what a PT is is your personal trainer, and he's a bit more than that as well still, yeah, and I think we're going to go into his training journey today. We want to go into detail about this because I think it's going to captivate the culture shift of the world when it comes to fitness from the early 2000s to where we are in 2023. It's just, life has just changed, you know, absolutely changed. But what I want to first do, if you haven't been to my podcast before, this is Mikey Spice from Body Sharp Transformation Center. He'll just quickly introduce himself and then we're going to get into it. Go, Mikey.
Thank you for having me firstly. Yeah.
All day, every day.
Mikey Spice. I'm more than just a PT, I'm a transformation coach. Okay?
I love that.
Where I help people transform their mind, body, but with the end goal of them being confident to look and feel great naked.
Beep. Okay. Going back to the Garden of Eden.
But okay, so along the nutshell is that people come to see me in the sense of when they're not at their optimal best and they want to get to, you know, get more confidence in their mental, and also their physical well-being, and create new habits.
No, that's good. That's good.
And I put people on a journey, and they're actually doing it over 12 weeks.
Sweet. 12 weeks, you know, if you can pick they already say 12 years, you know, but 12 weeks. But we do.
That's the start.
That's the start of it. Yeah. Basically, a push start. For the ones who know, when your choke ain't working too well, and you need to give it a push start. You know, remember days of choke. I don't know if you're too young for choke. You know, the cars had chokes.
Oh yeah.
And your dad's like, you have to pull it out slightly, you have to get the bite right and whatever. So only for old folk who get chokes, because today, people don't know what a choke is, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the car still, It's to get measured, but if you can't get the choke and you flood the engine, you have to push the car down the hill. You know what I mean? Still. But even that pushes onto lifestyles that we're coming from. But first and foremost, Mike, you know, you're in the fitness, I would say, industry. Obviously fitness industry or health.
Fitness and health industry,
fitness, that's the best way to say it.
But do not, tell you the truth, these days I feel like I'm more than just fitness and health.
But we're going to get into that expansion,
there's a big mental part.
But I think that's hit all cultures. I think in all areas, let's be real, mental health was something we never even looked into. But guys, we'll get into that. But because I want to really start with your journey. I want to go from your journey. And when you're 16, 17 years old now, you're coming out of, you know, school, you know what I'm saying? And you're going, okay, I'm thinking back to them days now, you're a little bit younger than me, teeny bit younger than me. And I remember going to Argos for my first dumbbells. Okay. Yeah, it says. I went to get my York. I still got them, you know, my York dumbbells, from Argos Kettlog. I don't know if Argos is still alive these days. And they had concrete in it. And I'm there going, and I used them about 5 times and that's it, So the culture, You just use them before you go camp, like, and just get a little bit of bicep and you go camp.
Yeah.
Now, it's all about looking good and whatever. Let's be real. That's how it goes. I just exposed myself there, by the way. But that was little knowledge. You see Arnold Schwarzenegger, see Stallone, and you're thinking, that's amazing. But, you know, I'm saying, you know, you think, it just, there was no knowledge. He was like, okay, and I ain't going to no gym. There weren't no gyms about the place, bro. It's just by yourself, you watch it on TV, and that's it. You know what I mean? So you're coming from that, in that culture. So I'm thinking, how on earth does a young black guy in it's not no Project Flex, but in Birmingham, get yourself into fitness and health and not really on a heavy duty sport flex, because it's either football or basketball back then, you know what I mean? And it's going hard on them, but no, gym. I used to laugh at girls doing step. Remember Reebok step? And it first got introduced. I was like, I ain't going into no gym to do that, you know what I'm saying? And I used to go to Holyhead School, and they had a little gym in there, and some of the guys would do pre-season. And it wasn't, I would say,
you're bringing back memories to my first time doing step aerobics. Disrespecting it, thinking, you know what, only girls do this, men don't do this. But however, when I looked at the instructor, he had like a chisel physique, and I'm looking like, the guy looks good shape, man. Like you can see his six pack, you know, you can see definition, and I'm like, and I went into his, you know, back then, remember the outfit? Remember Mr. Motivator?
Oh, Mr. Motivator,
yeah. One of those kind of outfits, man. And I'm like, and then I see like one or two guys, and then I'm doing this step around, and I'm like, I can't keep up, man. Like the guys just totally killed it. I come out of there with a newfound respect to step aerobics. I was like, this is hard. It's not just for girls. Anybody could do it. It is hard. Coordination with the feet.
Yeah. Cool. Now, but the thing is, it's like, so, where did you go? Okay, well, we in Birmingham, bro. Like, where do mans go? Because it's only living. What's it called? Live. Okay. It's only. What's that?
I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back on a journey.
Go for it.
If I take you back to when I first started actually doing it. Okay. Growing up, I remember me at infant school. I was always fast. So you're talking about infant school. I was always running. So I was faster than 2 years above me. So sports day I was getting golds like, do you know what I mean? Easy. Complacency happened because by the time I got to last year, complacency started to happen. I started to change some of my habits. I wasn't playing out, I wasn't running. You know what I started to do? That was the day when Sonic the Hedgehog came out.
Tails, you get me still, bro. Yeah.
And I spent most of my days playing on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
And you know Jammy Dodgers?
Amen.
Okay.
Hot Ribena.
Yeah, I used to like Jammy Dodgers. I used to have like Lucozade, and I was doing all those things without me knowing. And then I had a race with somebody I used to beat, and he blew me out of the water. I was like, okay, now you gotta remember, I'm somebody that's used to winning.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, I'm not winning.
True.
Okay. Then other people started to see I'm not winning. So I'm somebody who used to get picked first.
Yeah.
To getting picked last. Because now my value of what I could do, being on a sports team, dropped.
Yeah.
And so moving forward now, I decided to do something about it.
Okay.
But social media wasn't around. But the one person who was around, who I seen, was Rocky Balboa. I had Tiger.
Serious?
Yeah. When I see Rocky running around the block, I think, right, that's me.
I was more into Bruce Willis, by the way. Die Hard, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was more into Bruce Willis.
No, Rocky was before Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're talking about the eggs, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And him running around the block. So I started running around the block. Do you know what I mean? I didn't ask my mom. I didn't go to anybody. I just knew if I seen Rocky do it, okay, Rocky started to do press-ups and do these things. I had to implement what he did, and then hopefully I'll get the result. I did it for about 2 weeks.
Just pause on that, guys. Right. So, just pause on that point. This is the point which I'm gonna cause some cause a bit of trouble now. As a man-child back in them days, yeah. We had stereotypes to fulfill, and Rocky was a stereotype.
Rocky was.
And the thing is, today they would almost say that's a negative thing to be. Is the word macho? That whole macho man kind of vibe is a negative concept for today's men. But what you have to realize, that almost macho man perspective. We watch programs like Lethal Weapon, all the police copper, Danny Glover, you know what I mean? You got Predator, and you got all these macho roles that we would see, we watch things like Platoon, and all this is guys, we have our role models on TV were macho, like, over, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they can run, they can jump, they can do all that.
They got the phys, and even if they haven't got the muscle, they've got the skill set, the Bruce Willis's, they can take leaks, they can throw punches, and it was like that whole macho vibe. And it hasn't done us any harm, has it? But I know today's culture, that's something to fight about. That's just something I thought I'd throw out to people to get you thinking. So I like to cause trouble like that.
Yeah.
But
do you think we should do another podcast?
Yeah, but get a macho man or something like that on the front cover of that one and go, let's beat. Anyway, don't get myself in trouble. But anyway, from your role models, looking at role models, but Rocky,
okay.
All I do is talk about Schwarzenegger, Rocky, Bruce Willis. That's all I talk about, man. But so you're doing your own personal training now. Yeah.
So then,
go.
So then I went back to the guy. So me and you raced.
Okay.
Yeah. And I beat him.
Oh, you beat him?
Yeah. So I knew the formula worked.
Cool.
I knew the formula.
Yeah.
If I started running around the block, and started training. I get the end result after that. I become quicker.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I got complacent.
Go on.
Then my complacency led on for a couple of other years in secondary school.
Yeah. Okay.
Until I had that, a comment was made, and that's when I really changed my life.
All right.
And I said I'm never ever going back.
Yeah.
But that was the first part of. How I started to get into training back then, and then what I did, there was no gyms or anything like that. The second part, when I had enough, was that I was playing basketball. I had a friend come from Canada, and and he was over here. He started to live here. He was very good at basketball, and that thing started to come up again. Yeah, you see, and this is why I talk about mental. Fitness is all about training body, mind, and soul, and all together. That feeling of, I think he made a comment that everyone else got picked. I was the last one to get picked, and then when I walked over to him, he said the comment of, "I'd rather you play on the side than actually you be on my team."
Wow.
Okay, when he actually said, but okay, what did I go through? I went a form of rejection. So I felt rejected, that nobody wanted me. I felt inadequate. That do you mean? Where in the past I've always felt adequate. Because at the beginning of me, everyone was used to pick me. And now I'm feeling the opposite effects. So then I decided I was gonna do. Remember, I've always had an issue about my weight, and I realized I got put weight on, and I wasn't performing my best. But then, after that comment was made, I made a declaration statement to myself that nobody's ever gonna make me feel like that.
Yeah. Well, how old was he then?
I was about 14.
Jeez, he's young, But man,
so
I'm not even done his GCSEs yet.
I know, but that statement of how I felt then was enough to kind of, to put me in that mindset where it no longer became, and this is why I always say to people who I work out and we train, it's not about weight. It became more about performance based. It became about I wanted to be faster. I wanted to be stronger.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to be able to jump higher. I wanted to be able to run longer.
For who?
For me.
Good.
I wanted to outdo anybody I was up against. Then one day, I looked in the mirror. And then bam, I was like, I had no more body fat. I was more toned. You know, like Captain America? Yeah. All of a sudden, I went in a zone of just thinking about faster, stronger, and I'll do anything. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, who's this person here, man? Like, my body's just changed.
But I want to emphasize to everybody here, there's no YouTube, there's no internet. If there was, there's no internet back then there. So Mikey was getting his knowledge through watching Rocky and certain films. So your influence was film and little bits of knowledge you would see around there. And maybe a Mr. Motivator video in the morning with Good Morning. Don't put it out there, or Fizz or Lizzie.
Yeah, but I was willing to explore. I was willing to explore. I was willing to go out to other type of environments that were uncomfortable for me, because I've already been. You got to understand, when you meet the lowest part of your life, you're already in an uncomfortable situation. So what happens when you move to another place that's uncomfortable? It's just the same, isn't it? But the difference is that you've got more about you now, because you're willing to. You're in your head. You're willing to like push yourself a lot more. You're more determined. Rather than you're not doing anything, and then somebody makes you uncomfortable by putting you in a category that you're not good enough, you're inadequate, you're not worthy. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, no, 100% hear what you're saying, and I think that if you're a young person now, and you listen to this, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm 12 years old, my body is not where it is and whatever, and I know that Instagram and social media has given you a so-called idea of what great body looks like. What I encourage you is, life isn't over, it's far from over. You can transform your body, and just hearing Mikey talk about his early part of his life without the gyms, without the knowledge, without somebody showing you how to do a burpee properly on YouTube, without that knowledge, the little that you've done, it's there. So now you're coming into college age now, bro. And you got little body to you. You're playing little basketball. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're still.
But by then, I think by then I had pushed myself that hard. I made the National League basketball team. So now I've gone from a stage of somebody who's just practicing, who isn't that really great, to then go into National League.
Because you pushed your body to be the best. And that's what I find sometimes as well. The guys that are like, probably, Mike is not a 6 foot basketballer, 6'5" basketballer, but you put the effort in to make sure you're at your optimum level to be the best that you can, and learn. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, I got a tall son anyway, and I'm looking at, if only, you know, when they're still here. But the thing is, sometimes, you know, when you're at your optimum level, and I find myself in my sport, and people are younger than me, and the only reason why I kind of trump them is because of my fitness. As simple as pie, you know what I mean? And fitness is the key part, and being at the optimum level of your physical body, that your brain and your body connects. It does an amazing thing. So like, but at the time now, bro, are you banging weights in the gym? Are you in them stinky, sweaty gym shop? When did you bump into this thing called the gym? And where?
I touched the base of it a little bit when I was at school. Okay, we had a school gym. And
jeez, where was this?
We had a school gym, and it was same again. We seen the videos. Everyone was in the gym, but looking at the videos of like people working out, not having a clue.
It was
and going back to them, it was one of them multifunctional gyms. So it was one of those things that you had the pec deck. You had a lat pull down, you had a sit-up crunch, you had a leg extension, and we all used to move around this. But after school, they had gym club. So I started to like dabble a little bit in there, just a little bit.
That's interesting still, that's interesting.
But, however, when I really started to get into it, was that I had a coach. Basically, I was playing basketball, and we had another guy who used to work out. He was the caretaker of the building, but he used to look at us, see us train, and he approached the film of us, and he said, like, listen, have you ever thought about doing some strength training to help assist side what you do in basketball? So I was like, you know, I've done a little bit.
I'm only
okay, I've heard about it, and he was like, listen, after you finish training, so you imagine we've played like training basketball court up and down. He's gone, come after, I'll be in the weights gym, and we can do some weights after. And then he started to get me into the gym, training, learning about the muscles, learning how to do things, doing it, and teach me some of the knowledge behind doing it. And then he said to me, you know what, Mike, you sound like you got a nice personality. And he goes, and you've got enthusiasm. He says, have you ever thought about being a personal trainer? And I went, personal trainer? I went, that sounds interesting.
Oh, so just put me a picture of this. How old was he at this time?
At that time, I was probably about 16, 17. Yeah.
Which gym was this?
16,
was this at college?
This
gym?
is Stockland Green.
Stockland Green. Okay, cool. Stockland Green. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so Stockland Green.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Man's touting you from the age of 17, you know, man.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean? That's
that's what I'm saying.
You're the future, you know, Mike. You're the future, you know.
So then I went out. I got my first qualification.
Okay.
And then when I got my first qualification back then, and I got my first qualification, I was also doing to become a lifeguard, because remember at that time, guess who was out?
Baywatch.
Yeah! And you know what? I could see me running in the water like. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be the first black watch. Black man out Baywatch by Mikey Spice. Yeah!
So, yeah. So I qualified as a lifeguard, and with the intentions of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I may go out to the sea, and do you know what I mean? And I was a good swimmer then. At the same time as I qualified, I met this other person in the gym, and she asked me, she goes, right, you know, you got your qualifications, you're doing that, why don't you come do some shifts for me in the gym, and I'll teach you how to be a coach in the gym.
Okay, actually.
Yeah, be a gym instructor.
Okay, I back in the day. Okay, cool, like that. Cool.
So I started to just then get my qualifications as a lifeguard, and then.
And this is all at Stockland Green?
This is This is not after this is after Stockland Green now.
Okay, so where are you at now?
This is once I've got my qualifications, I was studying.
Yeah.
So I went in a course to be a lifeguard.
Okay,
but
cool.
I also did another course to be a gym instructor.
Okay, cool. So where were you based then? You're doing that?
When I was doing that.
Where was it?
My life at that time, I was still playing basketball, but I think I was working at Showcase Cinema.
Okay, cool.
Job.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I did the qualifications, made this transition over into leisure, being a lifeguard.
Yeah.
In the process of me being a lifeguard, somebody seen me, liked me, and told me to do some hours in the gym.
Okay, which
and
gym
that
was
was
this
at King Standing.
King Standing Gym. Oh, King Standing Gym, sugar. Yeah. With the whole twister thing going on. Yeah.
So, I'm at King's. So basically, I started to do some shifts there, and in the process, I got assigned to a leisure centre to work as a lifeguard, which the first place being Handsworth Leisure Centre.
Yo. I go from King Standing to Handsworth. That's a difference, you know. But
now, bearing in mind, okay, how it is today, okay, back then there was no independent gyms.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It was all council run. So every borough, every part of Birmingham had a council gym. Yeah.
Were they any good?
They were okay.
Cool.
But I think we had the biggest amount of gyms in the West Midlands.
Okay.
So beating like some of the other cities, we had the most gyms.
Okay, cool.
And yeah.
All right, it's like that.
So now, okay, I'm into training. Okay, I'm qualified as a lifeguard. I'm in the gyms. Okay. However, okay, when I got to Handsworth now, I was greeted by somebody else, which is Devon. Okay.
Okay.
And Devon became my mentor. Okay, to show me more about fitness and training, but also teach me about group training.
So Devon, was he like Was he like the boss there, or was he the main guy, or boss there, or
no?
Was
he was like my senior. You got to remember, I'm coming in now as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I see these other people like older than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait there, I'm like 18 going on to 19.
Yeah,
like,
and you got bands in the big 20s.
You got bands, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And like this little kid's coming up going, Mister, you know you're doing it a little bit wrong, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can imagine I had to work on being more confident.
But you know what? But that's good. And I want to emphasize as well is that, and I want to I like to hit out these learning points, is that sometimes we're in a space, guys, you know, as a senior, as an experienced person, and we almost say, me not paid for this, me not paid for that. But sometimes, you know, as individuals, we do sometimes, personally, just take on responsibility when a young person comes in. Don't sit in the corner and say, me not pay for this, but just take that responsibility to say, you're right, kid, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? And show them, because we don't know what we're building. And I think too often we almost go with our pay grade and not give to talent that you see there, and not be scared of seeing that talent rise above you. And I think too often we have so much fear about young talent passing us as big people, that we actually don't pass on our knowledge to them, don't overload them. They're young, they're at the stages where Mikey was at 18, 19-year-old, yeah? And we're like, you know, I give him so much because he might just take all my clients. Never, but we have to give that way. But I thought I just throw it out of there, yeah, cool.
Yeah, so, like I said, Devon took me on my knee for my
Was Devon hench?
Yeah, he was hench, so.
Was he some guy who go like, Mikey, this is a bicep, and he's going boom, and he go, oh goodness, you got to hit me with a bicep. We got, this is a six-pack, Mike, not what you got. Was he that?
Yeah, so Devon had structure, his body, do you know what I mean? And like, and do you know what? He taught me a lot of different ways.
Did he have like a deep voice flex?
Yeah, set speed. And when he's he had one for nutrition, full of favour, full of taste, something like that. I can't, but that was funny. He always used to say, yes, Mikey. But you know what? He actually set me up for one of the longest classes that the council's ever done, and which was a boxercise class, and it had in Handsworth. That's the longest class ever went on. I think I had it for a good 8 or 9 years, and Devon had it before that. And then Pete had it. It was the longest class, and like the numbers in the class, it was like big numbers, like I think it was like 40 or 50. We used to fill out a sports hall.
What? So you know what? So guys, you know, I was just watching on YouTube, and I found it really good. You know, when you watch them Instagram videos of them in America, especially the dance classes, and yeah, you get dance classes, and everyone's going, there, like doing all the dances and stuff, and you're thinking, at first you're thinking it's easy, but then you see them all, you're thinking, hold on a second, I'm getting tired. So when I see them classes full in a gym, you telling me you was running a class like that?
Yeah. So I was running a class. And you gotta remember, it was a big class. Okay, but I was Devon's apprentice.
Okay, cool.
So he brought me in the ring, and he said, yo, you're gonna be my apprentice. And I was like, and I always remember the first fact, like me being a bit worried. Me being a bit worried. You know, taking all this big amount of class. Yeah.
1 second, guys. Slight pause. Press the button. Got it. Yeah. Sorry, we're just getting disturbed by one of Mikey's schoolmates that he used to beat right now, and I call him Arms. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, Arms there still, but he's got Marga now because he's copied my body fat type. You know what I'm saying? Sorry guys, but I'll keep this in because it's good fun, because I can just shame him up, man. You know what I'm saying? Arms, they call him the man called Sean Craig. Anyway,
But Devon. Me walking into that big class, being his apprentice. Okay, it was nervous at first, but however, I got to understand how it worked. And then Devon, hit me with a surprise and said, Mikey, see all this? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna do it by yourself, I'm retiring. And I was like, what do you mean? You're retiring? I was like, you're gonna leave me with all these amount of people? And he's like, yeah man, you'll be fine, don't worry. Yeah. And I was like,
no way.
You're just gonna stop doing it, and you're just gonna give it to me. And he was like, yeah. But I ended up, he set me up gave me that confidence to work with groups. And I went on to teach groups for, most of my career. I still do it now. I do enjoy group training. And I find that it's one of the most beneficial ways to create great communities where everyone's on the same journey. Because
So that's kind of crazy, because I think we see like HIIT workouts and group workouts today, and it's like it's a new invention and whatever. And I just remember like step classes from back in the day. But like, so you've gone through this journey that's inspired you to kind of like, Devon's kind of dumped it in it. It's basically, you basically people saw your potential from the age of 16 and kept on saying, oh Mike, you do this, you should do this, but now you're at the stage now, you're running your classes in your 20s, and you're talking about this is in the early to mid 2000s. That kind of time period there. And the only way we could go to gym, guys, was going to sign up to Birmingham City Council Leisure. That man like me, I wasn't even interested in that. I was just playing ball in the park and playing football every week. So I was active in a different way. But again, knowledge wasn't around about the importance of, fitness, because I thought the only reason why you go to gym is to be overweight and be big, Like, you just see Schwarzenegger, Stallone and all them guys, that's the only reason you need to go to gym. I didn't realize the other parts of it.
And by the way, we've got the men's side about Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these people, but we had the women's side, which was like Cindy Crawford and like all the slim models. So you can imagine a lot of the women, when they all came, they didn't really want to do weight training. They were like, I want to look big, bulky, I don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything like that.
Just want to get fit,
there was about more being on the treadmills, more doing step aerobics.
Okay, cool.
More that side, not really weight toning.
Oh, that's cool. 100%.
And I was around when the switch came, where curvier people, they started getting more.
When did that come out? Whose fault is that?
Do you know what?
Whose fault? Whose fault was that? Who brought out the curves? Because I remember. I call it baked beans, beans and toast people. Yeah, baked beans and toast people. Yeah, we're adding the KFC life. Yeah, so
I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Sorry for that.
In the back office of our gym, we had a big picture
of who?
Jennifer Lopez.
Okay, we had an amen in the church at the back right here, you know what I mean? And sorry, people who, but yeah, J-Lo, yeah? So J-Lo was known, is the Puff Daddy she was talking to?
I think, she was, but also I think even before that, do you know what I mean? People started to notice.
That Latino spirit.
Yeah. And that's when, and then Beyonce came along, and then...
And curves became Everyone's trying to give us hints.
No.
All right, lads, everyone calm down now. Take your dreams out. It's not no dream now. You know what I'm saying? We need to be active. But then, and that was late. That was definitely late 2000s, isn't it? That was late 2000s. Probably even that. Right about there, you would see the culture kind of started to change.
I think probably 2000. Probably 2004, 2003.
That early? Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're seeing this culture kind of starts to change. But the thing is, the information though, bro, you saw the end bodies, but you didn't see the information. And what I want you guys to see through this information, all this stuff you done without YouTube, I'm not saying internet was gradually coming into the market in early 2000s, there's no lie about it, but let's be real, YouTube wasn't a thing that you can go on there, follow your workouts. Mike said to me, I need to loosen up my hamstrings, and I would go, okay, cool, let me I'll send you a video. Mike, is this hamstring stretch okay? They go, yeah, cool, follow this instruction and whatever, it's great. Communications from a trainer now, you can communicate online, you know what I mean? And there's positivities to this culture today, and there's also the negative elements of culture today, of the information of body fit culture. You have the more gyms, you know what I'm saying? So now you had this thing come out at the woodwork called Pure Gym. I'm used to Living Wells growing up and signing up to Living Wells. Then Pure Gym comes out, At the time, what was you like when you saw Pure Gym come through? Was it like a yes, and everybody was signing to Pure Gym?
I knew about it in America. America started to do 24-hour gyms.
Okay, yeah.
Which before I thought, that's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
And then some independent gyms. I'll be honest with you, the trend went independent gyms started popping out the woodwork.
Yeah.
And then from the independent gyms, then pure gyms started to happen.
Okay.
Okay, and then that was like officially gyms could be 24 hours.
Okay, cool. And was that, now looking back, I don't really, is 24-hour gyms a good thing?
Do you know what? Yeah, they are. I do know. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna knock it because everyone, I think the way society is today.
It's like 24 hours, don't it? Really?
Yeah. And people work different shift patterns.
Yeah.
So some people are sleeping right now.
True.
So they're gonna need the gyms like late in the night.
Okay. No, that's good. So you got a difference now. When you enter the market now, you just have to go. You have your classes in the leisure centre, Birmingham City Council. Now people got a culture of they can pick when, how. They got so much access to do what they got to do,
But do you know the thing about it is, I'll tell you now, considering that we've got so much accessibility out there now than we had back in the day.
Yeah.
Where you can train at any time.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got all the knowledge that we need.
Yeah.
Okay, equipment's at our hands, just really easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know we've actually got more obesity now? There's more people overweight. Yes. Than there was before. And when I go back to when I was when I was like growing up and stuff like that, I think the habit was like, going back to that video we were saying that people...
Being active, yeah.
Well, you can imagine people were more active in the younger days, and you can, I think we were doing 10,000 steps easy, and 10,000 steps equals up to like burning 500 calories.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now versus these days where we've got all the gyms, we've got all the information, we've got everything, but nobody ain't moving. Do you know what I mean? You can imagine before, back in the day, okay, we would actually walk with the shopping. So that's training within itself. Then on top of that, you got walking. It's like you're doing a farmer's walk every time you got doing a farmer's walk every Saturday. Yeah.
No.
If you messed up and you run out again, you got to do the farmer's walk. Probably on a Thursday. Yeah. How many times we do farmer's walk?
Yo, Mikey's just making it nice. Basically, his mum did the farmer's walk every day, going to Erdington High Street. Mum, we know it was you. It wasn't Mikey. It was his mum. His mum.
I tell you listen.
Going to the you remember the butcher shop, people. The butcher shop, yeah. And Mummy used to go to the butcher shop. When she go, hold this. You like it's. He got his right, and then he's like, "Mum, my hands are hurting." What wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And I must say, mums, we love you because we used to look at Mum and go, Mum got nothing in there, yeah? You know what I'm saying? But then when you carry them same bags, and you carry just one Asda bag each arm, and you're like, yo, this is weighty, And you're thinking, your mum will do tins, bottles, vegetables, even potatoes, she get a bag of potatoes, and she'll carry it up the hill.
There it is. And the worst thing is, I'm going to tell you now, we probably didn't even realise, when you pick up the bag, did you have a fear of putting it on the floor?
Yeah.
You never want to, so there it is. There's your determination and mindset training. You pick it up, you're like, yo, I dare not put this on the floor. The bag could burst.
Get to the corner, man. Get to the corner.
You had the danger of the bag bursting, so you have to be very careful. Do you know what I mean? That was a workout in itself. What worked your mindset?
Yeah. True. But all them things are active. But nowadays we just call Asda and drop it off for us, innit? You know what I'm saying? And we drop. And you know what the worst thing is? Our park, far from. And when I say Asda, because I grew up near Asda, but Tesco's, whoever it is, I'll park far, and I didn't mind walking to the thing. But I know everybody's trying to park as close to the exit because I don't want to even walk from the shop itself, the entrance. I want to go, everything's the shortest, everything's the most convenient. You go to shops at the bottom of your road, everyone drives to them, and that lack of activity has actually been very counterproductive for our bodies.
Yeah, so that's the reason why when that guy sits there and he's talking to you and he's going that today's species are very weak.
Yeah.
we forgot how to be strong.
Yeah.
Because some of those things that we were doing when we were a lot younger and we didn't even know that we were doing was actually working on our mind and our body. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a little bit of soul going on as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, guys, this is not to belittle today's generation and saying to you guys are weak compared to us, where you probably are anyway. But we don't want to really emphasize that. But you've got, when myself and Micah, when we were teenagers, anybody above the age of 30 was old. Yeah? You were old.
Yeah.
We were already physically superior to you at the age of 15, 16. Yeah? I'm not saying that we were superior kids, but we weren't scared of nobody age of 30. We're in our 40s now. And we look at youths that are 15, 16, and they don't even scare us. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary for me, because my question is that the culture of the way you socialize is we would have to go to our friend's house to play the Mega Drive and play FIFA with our friends, to play Bomberman, you know what I'm saying? And you have 8-player. We would have to catch the bus or walk it to a friend's house, carry our stuff.
That's gone now.
That's gone, because man, just go in the bedroom, mom, send up lunch for me, you know what I mean? And that's sit down and play, you know what I mean? And whatsoever. So that's, okay, how do you find motivating this generation then?
Motivating this generation these days, I suppose, really I would say advise your child to get in the sport as early as they can. Fitness today has changed, however, people are feeling more motivated to have a certain physique. So that's the only thing that's motivating people, to help them build confidence. But it's a thin line between them starting off to be like this, and then for them to get that. But I think as parents, we have to work on them, okay? And parents, and we have to start working on them from now to help them sort their mindset out. And we have to be role models to it. We've got to show them what needs to be done. And not forget what we went through. Growing up, to say, do you know what I mean? That was stress training, but we got to take on the benefits of what it actually did to us and how it kept us going for so long, and trying to instill it in our younger youth.
And the joke is, if anything, our parents probably didn't want us to do as much sports growing up as well, you know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of forced us to be a bit more strong-headed. Like me in football, my dad didn't let me play football, or didn't push me to play football. It's literally stopped me from playing football, and I still play football now. So it probably made me more strong with yourself. The culture of fitness, we weren't kind of pushed that way, but we kind of got on our own 2 feet, and so it's a really fine balance. But what I would encourage parents is to realize that the lack of movement, the lack of sociability, but also our children are looking at us. So it's okay saying to us as children to take care of your body, but if we don't take care of our bodies, bro, if we don't spend time and say, okay, I might not be the shape that I want to be, but at least to see me go for a walk every day. You know what I'm saying? At least to see I try to do something for my body. I think just them seeing the example. It's not like us when we grow up, our parents could tell us what to do, not look at what they do. These days, we need to be able to almost live, might not look the part, but at least try to live the part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's about just creating those daily habits and understand that.
And we just want to just kind of like round up from looking back from your journey of entering the market, seeing people want to mentor you. It seems like there's always been somebody to say, you know what, Mikey, you got the ability, step up. And I think that's really encouraging to hear that, because, it may not be in these days, but I think sometimes people don't really talk about the opportunities that we have, and people see who we are today. But it just needed that one person just to open the door for you. You know what I'm saying? And invest into you.
Right. A lot of what I do right now, I do help people. I help people to get in shape, like online. One-to-one, and in a small group. But the main thing is, okay, what I got from and now looking back at it, people were keeping me accountable. And that's what I actually do. Accountability coaching's gone massive through the roof now.
Oh,
because
wow.
people are realizing that they need to be accountable. From my basketball coach to the person who first got me into lifting weights, to Devon.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone kept me accountable.
Crazy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna do this, and I want to see you that you're actually doing it, and these are the steps you're gonna do. I'm gonna after you finish basketball, I'll be in the gym waiting for you. So I'm keeping you accountable that you turn up and you train with me. Do you see what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I didn't want to let these people down, okay? Because I knew I weren't paying them, but I appreciated the time, okay? And this is where soul comes in. So that's why I always talk about mind, body, and soul. But this is where the soul, somebody giving their heart, giving their time, giving their effort, giving their knowledge. Do you know what I mean? You got to respect that, and you know you don't want to let them down.
Wow. So you kind of flipped that on the head, man. You know, when people are giving you opportunity, guys, you almost also at the same time you have to respect the time and investment that they have into you. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully people, you know, the people that have invested into Mikey can go and look at Mikey and go, yeah man, he will come true, man, he will come true. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a blessing. It's funny, I look at my life and I remember I teased him one time, I did an interview with him, and I remember when I was young coming through and his mum saw me. And she always said, in the music world, gospel music world, she always said, there's something special about you, I'm gonna pray, we keep praying for you. It's funny still, yeah? And then now, her son, you know, he's played on my shows and different things, and this is going back and I'm looking at, yo, and I kind of smile because I know she saw something different in me, but you know, when they see something and you kind of, that's what's fulfilling. I don't know if I'm as big as what she thought I'll be or special, but she's seeing me fulfill that thing. Only if she smiles, man, and go, yeah, man, you know what I mean, come true. And then I sow back in to give opportunities and sow opportunities for, you know, her community, her children, it affects. So you sow into people, it comes back to you, generations to come.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I've always loved fitness and health, and like I said, my mission is to help, you know, thousands of people. You know, I love it when I see that, you know, people who I've worked with, like, you know, 10 years down the line or 20, I'll be honest with you, I've seen people that have come up to me. I remember this design guy come up to me and he's like, you don't remember me? I wanted him to do some designs for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't remember me? And I'm like, no, I don't remember you. Because I remember you know. And I'm like, you remember me? Because the first time I ever worked out, it was you. I said, me? He's like, yeah. I remember I was this small little kid, and then they said, your induction's coming out, so I'm out to the gym. And I come out and you seen this big guy. It's like how I seen Devon and some of the others, like, yo, these are massive. And he looked at me and I must have said, do you not come in? And I showed him how to use it. I taught him techniques. And he goes, is that it? He's like, I expected like for me, you know, to feel it. He said the next day he couldn't get out of bed. He's like, what the guy's done to me? but you know what? When I seen him, his physique, look, I was like, wow. Like, good. He's like, it all started from that. But see again, if he didn't have that at the beginning, and I took that time to show him how to do it, he fell in love with the process. And then later on, and I think he's a coach now.
Brilliant, yeah, I know. It seems just the little time I've been with Mikey, guys, past 4 or 5 years, I've seen a lot of coaches come out to Mikey, you know, you're just doing what Devon did to you, you're passing that on. And I think, guys, if you're thinking, okay, Roger, what was the whole aim of this conversation that you had today? I think when it comes to fitness, I think a lot of times when we see videos and stuff, we're very one-dimensional about what you should do, how you should do it. But sometimes it's about looking at what we've seen in our lifestyle, especially someone like Mikey, and actually there's going to be parts of his journey which you can relate to feel that, you know what, still, yo, that's me. Because sometimes when you look at Mikey, you may look at my Instagram and say, that's for them, and don't realize looking after yourself is for everybody. It's important, guys, you know. And one thing you said to me, Mikey, years ago, about a year or so, when about the COVID time, and that hit us. I don't know if we're gonna get shut down because I said the word, but around about time, and you said to me, fitness is not just about living long. I think living long is a great byproduct of it. Yeah, but that's a byproduct. But even if I die within the next 2-3 years, I've lived a full life because I got the full functionality of my body. You know what I'm saying? And when I see, you know, I love my nan enough, but she spent the last years of her life bedridden. You know what I mean? And you know, she got her sister in St. Kitts, like walking to church, all this business right up to into her 80s, and she maximized her life. And it's not to say my nan had a bad life, but the thing is, I look and I'm gonna learn from that generation to know, say, listen, let me look after my body, even if I die young, if I die now, if I die in 30 years time, 50 years, I still got functionality of my body. And I thought that really hit me to say, you know what? Because a lot of people say, why you do it, man? You can still get cancer, you can still die of COVID, you can still die of all these different things. It's not about that. It's about being able to do anything I want right now as we speak.
So you live a higher quality of life.
Of life, yeah. I might have the P. Because everyone sees quality of life is money, but it's not that.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I always go back to, I'm going to tell you one thing before we finish.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, when I damaged my knee, okay, I had the time to do it, okay, I had the money to do it, but the one key ingredients that I needed for me to be able to do it, to go away, yeah, I needed my health. But because my knee was damaged, okay, I couldn't walk around. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to be babysitted.
Yeah.
Do you mean going to the toilet, having a shower, try taking a coffee, do you know what I mean? Having a hot drink and taking it into the living room with a walking stick with one leg.
Wow. So you learn back then that functionality of your full body is important. You know what I'm saying? Lose one thing, it's not as it's like these people says, oh, I can lose a toe, and they don't realize that losing a toe, you lose balance. You know what I'm saying? Just little parts of our body. So you learn from that experience. Because I remember when you hurt your leg, and I remember the exercises you would do, lying down the disc stuff, and you'd be like, like screaming, just moving your leg, and I was like, yo, I can't be doing that. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. We always got to look about what quality of life we want to live, and it's not just about having the nice car and you know putting on the nice clothes. It's the basic things.
Come on now.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this conversation. If you do want to know more, check out the description. You'll see all Mikey's details in there, 100%. But again, guys, you know, our encouragement is to be active. Please be active. I want you to succeed in life with just a better functionality. You'll just enjoy life a lot better with that. You know what I'm saying? Anything else when they close off with, or you're all good with that, bro?
Yeah, just say be sharp, and just remember, don't be too hard on yourself. It's a journey, and it's all about the person that you need to become to sustain the changes that you're making in life.
Cool. Yeah, man, most definitely. But this is Roger here alongside Mikey Spice here on the Edge Show, talking about the physical, mental, and soul well-being of our bodies anyway. So yeah, guys, but listen, nothing but love. Do check us out, and any questions and comments put into the description, and we'll attempt to deal with it, man. Nothing but love, people. Bless.
Hey, this is your Bishop from Rock Solid. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for clicking and subscribing, and also sending these videos to other people as well. We are so hungry to get your support. So remember, check us out on our website, and also check us out on Insta, and wherever you want to find us on Spotify. You can play us all day as well. And just make sure that you are supporting this channel, that we are developing our agenda towards music of black origin, and that is gospel music with a message. So please walk with us on this journey. Bye now.